We've counted down our top 10 stories of the year. All roads led to Webb CIty football finishing at the top. Over the next 3 nights, we'll take a closer look at this mighty program.
They've got that it factor, whatever that is, and we can't define it.
I think it has to come down just to hard work.
If there were one word, is effort.
Great attitude, great work ethic, good things can happen.
Let's go, baby! There is not a single high school in the state of Missouri with more football state championships than Webb CIty's 11.
Let go!
No head football coach with a better career win percentage than John Roderick. The Cardinals have not lost a regular season game since 2003. But it wasn't always like this.
Guys in my grade level, we finished season 11-2, got beat in the semifinals. And it was kind of uncharted waters at that time. From what I understand, that was the first year that we had been in the playoffs.
That was 1985. 3 years after the program's first postseason appearance in 1988, Roderick's linebackers coach at Pittsburgh State, Jerry Kill, along with former Gorilla teammate Kurt Thompson, took the helm.
We didn't have any idea what we were kind of getting started in, but we did know that we had kids that were hungry and tough, and they'd play lights out for you on Friday night.
When Coach Kill came to town, he was immediately intent on really infusing the program with that idea that you can be successful, and it doesn't matter where you start if you'll just work hard.
The first year under Kill, now the head coach at the University of Minnesota, the team suffered but one loss in the state quarterfinals. Year 2, they did not lose. For the first time, Webb CIty brought home the big trophy.
The team had never won a state championship, and I remember a gentleman coming up to Coach Kill wanting to know if we could win another one next year.
89 to finally get that first championship, I think gave people such a feeling of this is something we can really hang our hats on, and gave them that sense of pride.
Kill returned to Pitt State after that title, opening the job to Thompson, who maintained the identity Kill instilled.
There just seemed to be a sense with the players and with everyone around school that they were winners, and championships was what they were going after.
In 7 years under their new coach, Webb won 2 more titles in '92 and '93, and finished in the Final Four 3 other years. By the end of the '96 season, though, it was time for another change. This one seemed to work out perfectly for 2 old friends, one of whom had been coaching at Pitt State since graduating 7 years earlier.
It was really strange at the time. He wanted to kind of be doing what I was doing. I wanted to be doing what he was doing.
I can still remember he said, hey, let's trade jobs for a year, just see what it's like.
My first thought was that, that might be an interesting opportunity.
Might be interesting. That's where we finished for today. Coach Rod coming home to coach. We took a look at how the Cardinals began a dynasty in the late 80s that is stronger than ever as we enter the teens. Today, we go in-depth on their coach.
Hey, Snowman.
It was a poor season. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was getting hate mails. I was getting voicemails. I think they came out and put a lot of for sale signs in the yard.
You heard that right. John Roderick, he of 8 state championship rings, was asked to move by some anonymous Cardinal fans after a 5-5 campaign way back in his 2nd season.
You guys must be scared or something, because I see dudes backing up.
He did not, and has only tasted defeat 13 times in the 14 years since.
Appreciate you guys letting me be along for the ride.
But to understand this man is to go beyond the ever-accumulating accolades, beginning with why Roderick is a coach.
My father passed away 35 years ago when I was 10 years old, so the people that I always related with, the people that I always looked up to, and those people that I really had a lot of respect for were coaches.
A lot of the curveballs that were dealt to him growing up, he could have taken them like a lot of kids do and used them as a crutch. But I think he's turned it around and used it as something to strengthen his character to make him what he is today.
Little Belcher, how you doing?
The wins stick out to the casual observer. To those closest to the program, it's that character.
I had a young coach. He said, what's amazing is we get in meetings, all conference meetings or what have you. He said he's as level-headed and speaks to me. He said he's treated me better than a lot of people that hasn't won near as many games that he has.
Congrats on a great year, fellas.
He's hard on kids sometimes, but he's hard on them because he does care, both on and off the field. It takes a relationship like that for them to do the things that they do for him.
He cares for the kids. He cares for them. He's got a lot more character in him than he does coaching ability.
You see them in the weight room together, you see them stop by Coach Roderick's office. That interaction is really unique because the relationship Coach Roderick has with each and every one of his players is very personal in nature. He knows how to treat each player that plays for him in a very individual way.
He moved prior to the snap.
We have kids stop by the house. They call John or text John all the time just to see how he's doing and tell us about the new things that's going on in their lives, where they are in their jobs, their families, whether they're getting married or having babies.
If it's all about just winning football games, it's pretty empty. You know, I think if a kid really knows that you care about them more than just being a football player, I think they'll do amazing things for you. That's why you teach, that's why you coach, that's why you're in this business, to have the opportunity to try to have influence on people's lives, on kids' lives.
The first thing Coach Rod said to me before that interview, Webb CIty football is not just John Roderick. Tomorrow we finish this series with a better understanding of what does define Webb CIty football.
In the final segment of this series, Action 12's Nick King searches for the answer to the question, how do they do it?
Do you want to run to the sideline?
Yeah. People have been trying to find an answer for a long time, and they think it's something in the water, something in the air, and it's not. It's good old-fashioned hard work.
It's hard work, dedication, and knowing how to win.
It's just the competitiveness that their kids play with.
Often told the kids, we'll carry you up the hill if we have to, but you provide the effort it takes between those white lines to do what it takes for us to be successful. And they do.
That's the first thing you have to have. You have to have great effort every day. From day one, that was always going to be the cornerstone to what we did.
It sounds so simple. Effort, hard work, mixed certainly with natural abilities, but that is where it starts. Maximizing raw talent with pure sweat.
Go, 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 go!
I can promise you, there's not any coaches, any players that work any harder than what those kids do.
I can guarantee you, a lot of schools around, we spend a lot less time as a football team in the off season. We tell our kids we want them in other sports, we want to have their time off, we want to be able to do that, but when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Roderick will also talk about the value of keeping kids in the program. So many Cardinals wait until their senior year to see it all pay off with playing time, including his own son. And he was named Class 4 Offensive Player of the Year in 2012. That staying power stems way back to youth football.
The big thing is keeping them excited about the game, developing a passion for the game. So many times in youth sports, the burnout factor comes in because it's too much about winning, it's too much about parent involvement, parent control, and things like that. That's what's unfortunate.
There's really nothing like it. We're playing at your hometown.
Nobody knows how long this lasts. One day, Webb CIty football may again see a 500 season, but don't bet on it now.
You would wonder what would happen if Coach Roderick was ever to leave.
I've still yet to make a tackle, never made a block yet either. It's all about the players. The game's about the players.
You do have a culture. I think you still have a lot of kids that are playing Pee Wee football right now that want to be Cardinals.
It's very important. It's important to the community. It's important to the school. It's important to the parents. Obviously, it's important to the players, and it's not like that every place else.
It could last for a while, but for right now, it's kind of hard to see it really coming to an end anytime soon.